Howdy, and welcome to Lead to Grow, Lesson 4 on Process and Content. In Lesson 4, we're going to discuss to embrace the how as you pursue the what. Have you ever noticed that when you read or hear something, you may learn interesting information or gain knowledge? But when you experience something, you gain understanding. As a leader, you can use the power of experience to build your team. One way is to include your people in meaningful discussions of today's challenges and opportunities. They're part of your team, so it's just makes sense to include them and gain their support and feedback. Effective leaders employ a participative style to focus on both relationships, how they say and do, and results, what they say and do. The real question is not have you developed a team, but rather do you have individuals on a team or a team of individuals? These two options are worlds apart. You see dramatic differences between them all the time in sports. In the first case, each player is primarily concerned with personal success, looking good, making the goal, and getting the spotlight. And the team suffers as a result. In the second situation, each teammate uses his or her abilities in service to a greater cause, the team's success. And as a result, the team triumphs. One thing is for sure that I've learned is that individuals on a team win games, but teams of individuals win championships. Over the course of time, most leaders will move in and out of several management styles as the need arises. There may be times when an authoritative style is needed, a style familiar to us from military operations, such as when the troops are in battle and bullets are flying and the ranking officer commands the troops to stand their ground. In a similar fashion, if there were a fire in your building, you would use an authoritative style to command your employees to leave the building. Although there are many types of management styles and specific situations may call for different approaches, I learned that any leader can develop a championship team by adopting consistent use of the participative leadership style. Participative leadership creates an open atmosphere where people's ideas and opinions are sought and respected. Participative style leaders solicit input from employees at the very beginning of the decision-making process. But don't misunderstand, the participative leader is not asking employees to vote on matters affecting them or their departments. Instead, a participative oriented leader seeks the benefit of the employee's thoughts before he or she makes the final decision. So, what is the secret to employee motivation? Well, the key to employee motivation is engagement. Gallup's 2016 State of the American Workplace report stated that only 3 in 10 employees strongly agree that at work their opinions seem to count. Gallup also reported that moving that ratio from to 6 to 10 employees, organizations could realize a 27% reduction in turnover, a 40% reduction in safety incidents, and 12% increase in productivity. The extensive research compiled in the Gallup 2016 report also revealed that employees fall into one of three groups. The first one is 33% felt like they were being engaged. These employees are highly involved in and enthusiastic about their work and the workplace. They are psychological owners, drive performance and innovation, and move the organization forward. 51% felt like they were not engaged. These employees are psychologically unattached to their work and company because their engagement needs are not being fully met, and they're just putting in their time, but not energy or passion into their work. It's like clocking in, clocking out, clocking in and clocking out. Just give me my paycheck. Then there's 16% actively disengaged. Employees aren't just unhappy at work, they are resentful that their needs aren't being met and are acting out their unhappiness. Every day, these workers potentially undermine what their engaged coworkers accomplish. They're the ones that walk the hallways that are speaking badly about the company and about their boss. So, I don't know about you, but all I can say is, wow, what a difference employee engagement makes. Note that 67% of employees either not engage or actively disengage. These findings from the Gallup are rather sobering. But every problem creates an opportunity for a solution. And I see this as a huge opportunity to improve the American workplace by addressing the problems and creating cultures where people thrive and profits soar, and where all leaders can effectively lead their teams. Also, it is important to note that from the Gallup report, most employees have a felt need and want the leaders of their organization to understand that they can and want to contribute toward the organization's goals. Here lies the participatory paradox. The more leaders include others in the decision-making process, the stronger the results and leadership. Likewise, the more leaders exert absolute control, the weaker the results and leaderships. Most leaders assume that strong leadership means independent action and that greater control produces greater results. However, and ironically, the reverse is true. F.W. Woolworth said, "We would rather have one man or woman working with us than three merely working for us." A key to motivating employees is to start doing things with your people, not doing things to your people. And one way of doing more things with your people is by including them in your decision-making process through the participative leadership approach. And one of the best ways for you to take the first step toward participative leadership is through what I call the 1, 2, 3 leadership practice. What is 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3 is a unique approach leaders can use to facilitate the decision-making process. At the very beginning of the decision-making process and before making a decision, the empowering leader seeks input from their employees. Such a leader asks these 3 questions. Who can help me make a better decision? Who will have to carry it out? And who will be impacted by it? The answers to the 3 questions will guide you to assemble the right people and involve them as appropriate to help make important decisions. When you as a leader involve the right people in your decision making, your team will have a better understanding of and commitment to the decision you collaboratively set. And they take pride in the achievement of the decisions when they are involved in the development, creation, and implementation stages. When employees provide the necessary input, how can they complain about implementing their own plans? As the leader, you can avoid employees who lack a feeling of ownership or commitment, drag their heels in implementation, and or resort to sabotaging the plans. Well, in lesson 4, we've been discussing to embrace the how, which is the process, as you pursue the what, which is the content. So how do you make decisions? Do you make decisions alone? What process does your organization use to promote teamwork when facing challenges, considering opportunities, making decisions, or setting goals? What important decision can you make today using the 1, 2, 3 decision-making process? Well, in this lesson 4, write down 1 or 2 action items that you want to take concerning process and content. And this concludes lesson 4 on process and content.